Here we go.
Now see, if you get it to working, then you're gonna put her in charge all the time.
I
Or
didn't
was
do
it your
anything.
sister? Who was it? Who was it that was taking care of it last week?
Alicia.
Oh,
Funny.
every time she changed it, it set back down, it changed, and then it started flapping down.
Well,
I got a
that's not the
notification that you're live.
You got the.
Oh, okay, as long as it's working, good. So this, probably for the next 6 weeks, we're gonna learn the immune system. And the paperwork that I gave you today is continuous. We will use that all through it. So the paperwork you've got today, you're gonna say, well, we still need to learn. Yes, it's for the whole 6 weeks. We go in pieces every single Monday, and we build up to it. So that's what we're doing. Let me pull this piece of paper out of the way. So we've learned through the past couple months is every single part of our body has its singular thing that it has to do to work, but it works all together with the body, and that's the same way with the immune system. We have the players, we have the thyroid, we have the lymph nodes, we have the spleen. Those all work separately, but they have to work together. That's what we call the players. So, what is the standard for when you get a fever? Do you guys know what the standard is for the fever now? Even the doctors say that now. If you have a fever, when do you take medicine?
104.
Children?
101.
101, right. So why don't we want to take medicine when we get a fever? I'll let you guys tell me and then I'll tell you why.
Because the body's fighting whatever is causing the fever.
Exactly, and if
Or
we
fever.
take medicine, then it's not. It shuts them right down. So if we have a parasite, I have to move down here. If we have any kind of toxin, something we ate, a bad bacteria, parasites, a virus, even cancer cells. And if we're taking medicine to stop our immune system, then these things flourish and continue to, let's say grow, right? Fever, heat, redness, swelling, pain, and even a pimple is from inflammation from your body. Your body is trying to get the impurities out. And how does it get there? More blood. When you have a fever, more white cells. We're going to learn a lot about white cells in the next 3 weeks, but you know when you go in and they take your blood, your white cells are elevated if you're sick. And of course, if you got cancer, they're off the charts, right? So the more white cells, we call them our soldiers, are made to fight anything that you have going on. If you have arthritis, any autoimmune, is your body fighting itself. Now, that's not the way our body was made though. Our body was made to fight invaders, not itself. But the problem is with, I keep saying the American standard diet, but it's also our environment, it's everything wrapped up in one, that our body just can't handle the overload. So our players signal the soldiers, and the soldiers go to work. So everybody knows your lymph nodes, right? You've got them here, you've got them here, you've got them here, you've got them here, right? And, you've got them here. There's actually 106 lymph nodes in your body, but these are our main ones, right? Right. We used to do a tapping exercise, which helps release them.
That is what you're using the board.
I am using the board today. I'm gonna move it out here. Not that TV land can see it, but all this will be, there we go. All this will be on there. So we talked about the fevers and sick, why no meds for 101, and the redness, the heat, the swelling, the pain. Now, would you say that arthritis is an autoimmune? Our body's attacking it? Would you say that ulcerative colitis and Crohn's and lupus, would you think those are an autoimmune response?
According to what the doctors are gonna tell us, right?
And that's true.
Okay.
That's all true. That is the body attacking itself because it's trying to heal you. None of this stuff happens overnight. That's the biggest thing. You just don't wake up with these symptoms. Where does healing begin?
Gut?
Exactly, exactly. So we always try to heal the gut first, because if the gut's sick and not carrying the nutrition where it needs to go, then the rest of the body, like we just said, everything has its job, but it works as a whole. That's the way our body was made. So we got our players, we got our soldiers, and we've got our army. And the army identifies the invaders. Let's say grandma's potato salad. Some salmonella in it, it gets in your tummy, and then they go back to our players and they tell them, uh-oh, there's something bad coming into the system. And our players launch the attack to our soldiers. And our soldiers out in the bloodstream, our white cells goes up, and they're gonna go to the gut and get rid of Grammy's salmonella before it ever goes anywhere else. So let's say you take an antacid, or you take, I don't know what, let's just say antacid, and it stops everything, and old grandma's potato salad keeps on going. So, gets down into your small and large intestines. That's where your IBS or chronic diarrhea comes in. And what happens if you already have leaky gut, and that gets out into the rest of your body, and it sits somewhere? Let's just say it attaches to, your Crohn's disease, your large intestine, right? So you continue to take medicine, and you continue to block all the signs. So your armies never talk to your players never send your soldiers, and that's where your chronic autoimmune disorders come through. She's 10 minutes late. So, let me just look through this so I don't want to forget anything. So how do we describe this immune system? As you can see, it looks like a superhighway, but we're going to think of it as the largest airport you've ever been in. Everybody's going a different place. Now we're going to go back and we're going to say a football team. Everybody's going a different place, but everybody has a purpose. Has a quarterback does this, and a guard does that. I don't know football. I'm just telling you. So I hope that explains that all our players, our army, and our soldiers all have things that they're supposed to do on their own, but they work together. So what happens if the soldiers get in there and they're working, trying to kill the invader, and it's not working? They're doing their best.
Well, then the next person can't do their job.
Exactly. So give me some ideas of why that would happen. Why wouldn't our soldiers be able to do their job properly? Can you think of some
They
things?
weren't fed properly?
Fed properly?
Your body doesn't realize that it's an invader coming in there. It thinks
Sending the wrong soldiers?
Sending the wrong, there you go, sending the wrong soldiers, because even though, you know, we have the spleen and the thyroid and the lymph nodes, those are our players, lymph nodes are not our players, they're our soldiers. But anyways, they all attack a different part of the body. So if the army tells the players wrong, and the soldiers, maybe they're going to a spot that they weren't supposed to. So we talk about communication with our body, right? Mind, body, and soul. And I say, well, I didn't know I had a problem. Yes, you did. If you've got a bad stomach, you know it. If you've got arthritis, you know it. You know, if you've got a migraine, you know something's going on, right? Our body tells us years in advance what's happening.
I think part of the issue though is it's normal for you, so you don't realize it, you know, because I didn't think anything was wrong because I normally have all this going on. So.
Right, right,
Or your family members have the same thing, so it's normal to see it all the time.
right. Generational eating.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we have found, instead of, well, mom had it, it's a genetic disposition, it's not.
Right,
It's because you all ate the same way or grew up in the same environment.
right.
You also get the, oh, don't worry about it, it's nothing. It's no big deal. It's,
Right.
you know, or, oh, you're a hypochondriac because you're saying, my
Right.
stomach hurts after I ate this. Like, oh, you
And
just ate too
sometimes your
much. or
doctors will
this.
tell you that.
Oh, yeah, I had doctors
Yeah.
literally tell stuff, it's in your head, you're fine. Like, yeah,
you just
no,
push
I'm-
them or go to a different doctor.
I'm not fine.
I'm not fine, there's something going on and
There's
we need to find
nothing
out what
going
it is.
Right, but
Exactly.
women's health in general is, you know, they don't look, you know, what was it, the normal, oh, they're just that's just woman, you know, a woman in her 40s, it's,
Yeah.
Or
That's-
they think
that's
you're going
typical.
through menopause or
it's like,
doing
no, there's
else.
something going on with me, but everything comes back normal, you know, my blood work's normal, and this is normal, and this is normal, and, well, there's nothing that tells us what's wrong with you, so
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other reason that we're learning the immune system, because on page 3 is your blood work. So when you get blood work, I don't know how many people have come to me and said, will you read my blood work for me? You all should be able to read your own blood work. So when we get to that point, you will see that it's not hard to read, but you need to know exactly what each cell does and why it's high or low. I mean, it can be low too.
But you also have the issue of where am I supposed to be? Because the doctor ain't gonna tell you until you're either too high
Or too
or
low.
too low.
Well, we have a scale.
We have a scale.
We have a scale. Actually, it's the medical profession scale. And I know some of it, they have changed. Like, you know, it used to be, like your high blood pressure used to be, you know, what, 170 over 80. You know, now it seems to be going down. And, you know, I run about 118 over 40. They say that's too low. It's not for me. So again, they can't treat us all in the same bushel basket.
Right.
We can't. Now, we have some minor things. Yeah, not really. Allergies, right? Sensitivities, autoimmune, inflammation, and cancer. And then we've got the big ones, ulcerative colitis, lupus, arthritis, MS, and Crohn's disease. Those are only a tip of the iceberg. 90% of all autoimmune are from our immune system attacking you. Getting into a situation where they can't and don't know the difference between us and an invader. And by then, you're pretty sick. You're pretty sick. So, as always, we say, what's going on in there, and why is my system acting like this? That's where the mind, body, and soul step back. I gotta step back and I really gotta think about what's happening. Last year, 3 years ago, when did this start? So you have to just go back and you can figure it out. You can figure it out. But like it or not, everything starts in your gut. Everything starts in your gut. So to make your players and your army and your soldiers work, you've got to heal this first. Because if you've been eating food that is not compliant or that your body doesn't register as food, it's not been taking nutrition, it needs out to make you healthy and strong and healing, right? So some of the different things that we say everybody's an individual. We don't recommend any specific diet or protocol. So they talk about the WALS protocol, which is an MS. I did that for years before the meeting. It didn't help me, but I do know MS people that it helped. It helped with. I'm just checking this over. I don't want to forget anything. I gave 15 minutes for each segment here. So there's a network of cells, tissues, and organs working together to protect the body from these invaders. In reality, they're supposed to work together. That's what they're supposed to do. But there are certain autoimmunes that they're actually fighting against each other. Now, thyroid disease, okay, Hashimoto's is a whole different ballgame. That's where everybody's attacking everybody. Hashimoto's is probably one of the hardest things to heal. I'm not saying it can't be healed, it's just one of the hardest things. Because you really have to give up, smoking, drinking. You've really got to give up just about everything. Because now you had thyroid disease anyways, and now you've got everybody attacking it and each other. Thyroid is on the inside, Hashimoto's is on the outside, attacking in.
Well, now, on that thyroid, if you have thyroid disease and they take it out, do you still have it?
No, it's gone.
Okay, but
But
it
now
could still be on the outside like the Hashimoto?
No, it's gone. If they take your thyroid out, then it's gone. Usually you gotta be on pills because your thyroid regulates 100 different things in your body. And we will look real close at the thyroid when we get there.
Mhm.
I do have friends that have a scar that it was taken out and they'll be on medicine the rest of their lives. Either they had half of it was cancerous or something like that. And that's the other thing. That didn't happen overnight.
Right.
You know.
What's the Hashimoto or what you're talking about?
Hashimoto's.
Hashimoto's?
Huh?
Okay, it's your body attacking your thyroid, and it gets, you're on medicine, and again, your thyroid controls everything, so everyth's out of whack. Even your heartbeat. Your thyroid controls a lot. Read this. Let me see. I already read that, so that's good. Okay, a sick body is whenever your body seems to be under attack, and a healthy body fights against only invaders that are threatening. Does that make sense to you? A sick body is always attacking itself. A healthy body is only going to take care of grandma's spoiled potato salad. Gonna give it just a few more minutes and then any questions. Now, I need you to write down if any questions, because as we move through the 6 weeks, I will be answering a lot. I just didn't want to go too deep the first class. So we're going to go over here we're always talking about carb rotation, carb rotation, carb rotation. If you don't do anything or learn anything from, yes you can too, is carb rotation. We don't eat carbs every day, we eat carbs for one meal. And you rotate them. Why? Because even complex and simple are hard to digest. Some people cannot do carbohydrates, they just can't. So it supports fat loss, helps your muscles, energy level.
What
your
happens if
hormones.
you have an issue with the carb retention? What do you get, like stomach aches or what?
You just gain weight.
Oh, and you can't lose weight.
You can't lose weight.
Okay.
I have terrible with grains and carbs. They're not my friend.
Okay.
From when they give me terrible diarrhea, and if I eat too much of them, then my MS starts out. But the most is I don't lose any weight.
Mm.
I mean, I can put in 5 pounds just eating a carb in one day, because it gets into my stomach, and my workers are like, "What am I supposed to do with this?"
Yeah.
Because they can't digest it. So it's either diarrhea or they store it, and sometimes it's both.
Yeah.
They can't make up their
Yeah.
mind.
You have diarrhea, but you gain weight.
Yes, exactly. Helps to avoid plateaus. If you're constantly mixing up your food, if you're constantly, because well, I ate carb and lost weight. Well, good for you, but don't eat them every day, because your body cannot digest them properly. Now, again, I'm talking about the American Standard Diet. I don't know over in other countries, because I have friends that have went over and ate, the good bread and the good pasta and had no trouble. I've never,
It was amazing.
I never had that,
Italy
so
was-
I don't know what would happen.
But you're,
Yeah,
I
you know,
had pizza every day we were in Italy. It was so good.
okay, all right, and you had no problem.
I had no problem.
But you come here and have pizza and you have
I
problems.
would have problems.
Right, exactly. So, what we're going to say is, again, American Standard Diet is not healthy for us. It's just not. Let's see. Complex carbs and simple carbs. Do we know the difference between a complex carb and a simple carb?
Yes.
Okay. Want to tell me?
Simple carbs, something like quick to the point, sugar, something like that, where a complex carb is more complex, it takes more to break down, so it takes a little bit longer, so your whole grains,
Right.
all this stuff.
your carby veggies,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, you have some up there, but
Pumpkin, sweet potatoes, legumes, whole grains, right. Of course, we got our table sugar sodas, candies, pastries, instant rice, and white bread.
You're confused.
Basically anything in a box. I mean, you just throw it in there. They've taken all the nutrition out of it, so once it as soon as it hits our mouth, it's like, woohoo! Carbs,
Yeah.
sugars, instant sugar. So that's the difference between complex and simple. And when we're doing our carb rotation, they should be complex carbs, not simple. We try to stay as far away from processed and simple carbohydrates as we possibly can. Doesn't mean that you can, never have any of this stuff, unless you have trouble. Grains are not my friend. Legumes, the beans, sparingly, I can eat them. Sweet potatoes are not my favorite. I use cassava and I love pumpkin.
Well,
So
I was gonna say, like, what's the bottom? Kebab?
cassava, it's a flour.
Pumpkin.
It's a starch.
Root, isn't it?
Cassava.
Like it's a root. And then
It's a root, right? And they make it into. It's just a replacement for white flour. We try to get away from as much white as we possibly
The
can.
siete chips are made
Yes.
of.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have to remember there's still a carb,
Mm-hmm.
because you think, okay, so it's made from a better flour. It's still a carbohydrate. you know, just like our potatoes and sweet potatoes are still starches, right?
Yeah.
Right? So we'll talk about oatmeal, which we don't eat, but we'll just talk about it in a minute. So your instant oatmeal is what? It's a simple carb, because they've taken everything out of it, you put hot water, away it goes. But your organic cooked oats are not, because they still have all the fiber, they still have everything in them. And if you can eat them, of course we would never eat them for breakfast, right? Never, never, never. But if you want to eat them as your carb rotation for a quick snack or a lunch or a dinner, then that would be okay. I hate to even say that because I don't like the oats across the board.
Right.
Just
Why
because there's
not?
so many things that are healthier for you than like chia pudding.
Chia, I was gonna say.
You know,
That
that's-
stuff, man, I'm already addicted to it. The chocolate, oh, that's so good.
Yeah, you can eat it. Chia pudding.
Chia.
Chia pudding.
Chia.
Yeah.
Chia pudding. No,
A little
she-
tiny
she-
chia
she gonna
seed.
say,
I don't
"I've
think
never
you
had
eat
chia
too much of it, like.
Yes.
Well, it's a cup. You've got a cup,
Yeah.
and that's once every other day, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't eat it every day.
I don't know, I could eat it every day.
Well, you could see.
That's
I
what
have
was
have one
What will
bite
I
of
do, like
that.
bow us up or something?
No, your chias are made to make you feel full. They're loaded with protein, so they're good for you. But as soon as they hit your tummy, you go, "Pwah."
Yeah.
So I can only eat one spoon because it gets in my tummy and goes, "Pwah." And my
Yeah.
tummy says, I'm done. I'm done. So I'm gonna pull this away. How are we doing on time? We're doing good.
So is that something you make?
Yes.
Yeah, that's on the
Yeah.
website.
Awesome.
Chia pudding.
Any questions? And if you have any questions that you think don't go with today, but go with the immune system, write them on the back of your paper. That way, as we go through, if I don't answer them, you can say, well, Becca, what about this? What about that? What about that?
Are the papers over there?
Yes,
Okay.
there's 3 of them. So let me just double check. Let's look. Let's see. We talked about the fevers. We talked about the redness. We talked about the pimple. We talked about the white cells. So if I didn't say white cells are designed to kill anything that is not for you. That's what they're designed to do. So with the food that we're eating that's not being recognized as food, they're going to go after it. Does that make sense? We did the system, we did the allergies.
To
There's
kill
Mr.
what?
Max.
Anything that's not supposed to be there for you?
Yes. It's made for invaders. It's made for things, foreign objects that don't belong in your body. Like I said, like parasites or what else did I say? Bad bacteria, toxins, viruses, cancer cells,